have some questions. Oh, okay, it's just saying recorded, I think. If something that I needed to ask hasn't been answered, I definitely will ask. I look at it as just an open conversation in terms of what the club is doing, where they're trying to go, how I can best help you get there. So if we can do that, we'll be halfway there. So I'll allow you to get started.
Okay, so DG, we prepared a PowerPoint presentation so that we move through quickly because we typically meet for an hour. We're trying to keep the meeting within time so that you get plenty of time to enjoy some Bahamian food and hospitality. So I'm not sure why my screen is turned that way. So we'll talk about that.
Okay, cool.
Are you guys seeing? Hold on.
Online we are.
All right, so this is our board, and I just introduced the board. We've also elected the board for 2023 to 2024. So that board is already in place. As we heard, president-elect, will become the president, and the president-elect nominee is a very young, maybe our youngest member in the club, Ryan Hughes. And I believe it's on Club Runner, so the full board is updated on us.
Thank you.
And I'm proud to say that I'm his sponsor, and he's a one-year member and now president. So it shows that our club is a place to grow, and we're no respecter of age or we're diverse. So I think we'll embrace the age differences and so on. We're no longer seen as the older members.
Not at all. Not at all.
We started a bit with attendance, and this is coming off of COVID. I remember days when we were in the 80s and 90s. But we still struggle. We got the vicissitudes of life, going through all kinds of work changes, family changes. So our attendance is 62% on average, which is not favorable, but it's something that we need working on.
Right. I mean, and that answered the mail, but you're doing hybrid.
Yes.
And that still hasn't helped. That's interesting. Most times you hit the target because you have the lively group that attends as well as those that will chime in online.
And in addition to that, what we have implemented is one of the council legislation changes was that if you watch the video of the meeting within 7 days after the meeting, you establish bylaws and you're credited with attendance. I believe that some people may be watching the video but not reporting it to the secretary. But I believe we have a lot to do in this area.
Okay, so beyond meetings, what else are you doing to engage your members?
So we have a lot of events. We've had some fundraisers. We've had a few projects, and of course, those usually do well. So we had a golf tournament in August. In September, we had our literacy month, and so literacy had a lot of activities with karaoke, and I'll go into those.
We
tried different things. Fundraisers, we just hosted the one for Panda Premier in partnership with Old Fort. So we'll try to do a variety of activities. Rotary Business did a beautiful launch. We'll launch a website to help the business people in the club because we believe that if we help our members, then they're in a better position to help themselves and to help the members and to help the community. So it's a symbiotic relationship.
Okay, and it becomes a nightmare, but it just means the secretary might have to do a little bit more documenting because actually if they're attending those things, even though they might not be at meetings, they should get credit for.
And I believe that
okay, so it's just cleaning up.
Okay. Makeups and so on.
Okay.
So when I checked, it looked way lower than I thought. I believe that persons probably just need to report their makeups and so on.
Okay.
So that's as it relates to attendance, but I believe engagement may be much higher because our members are engaged in that when they're called to support the various events, if they can't attend, they usually make a donation. So I don't think we're accurately reflecting engagement, maybe we're higher than the attendance.
Okay.
Membership, we've added 3 new members to date so far. We reactivated 1 member who had left the club for about 2 years. So we are up by 4. And then we lost one member. He died on the 6th of October. So we mourned death of our beloved tax secretary, pastor. He was an all-rounder, serving the rest of capacities in the club. And we have
Now, please make sure that when the call comes out for conference, we always do a memorial segment.
Right.
So make sure that the district is aware that we've lost a Rotarian. Please.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then we're at 73 members, and we have a number of prospective members. I think
So we're gonna have to update. Well, how recent are those? Because I
this
did mine
is
on
hot off the
the.
press from last night.
Sorry, mine on is outdated. So I
You
still have
should,
you
actually, you should
71.
have 72, because that's what I saw
Okay.
on World Central, but we're
What happened
actually
is
at 70.
mine is printed from the 10th. I had
Okay.
just printed the stuff to walk with, so I'm a couple days behind.
So we still
at
have a goal of
73.
getting to 80, and we have
Okay.
a number of prospects who have been attending regular. They're at meetings every week, they support our events or projects, and it's just a matter of logistics. I do not see my membership director here, but when I reach out to her, she is working on that and to ensure that we have orientation of the newly installed members. All right, so we had some other membership initiatives to help with the growth of our members. One was to give a prize for the person who invited the most guests to the meetings, because guests become regular attendees, and then potential members, and then they become members. We also participated in the RCOB Fun Run Walk, which was a district, or RCOB initiative to encourage members, and we were out in our numbers. We also have a membership challenge report for persons who attract and high profile and engaging members. And we collaborated with the Paul Harris Foundation. We had a mix-up where we honored all our Paul Harris fellows, but we brought a lot of guests so they could see more about the foundation, how we give awards to people and what it means to support the foundation. And I think that went very well as well. We had a number of persons. In fact, one of the persons who was inducted was from that event. Okay. So what we've tried to do is put a public image portion to all our projects and our events, so that we can attract people to the club. Because when they see you in the community, see you doing stuff, they get inspired, they want to join. Okay.
So don't go off of membership, sorry. Who was your membership chair last year?
I was the membership chair.
Oh, you were?
Yes, I
Oh,
was.
okay. Let me see. Nassau Sunrise, I have
Yes,
the right club?
yes.
I do have the right club. Congratulations on all the hard work you've done.
So I'm putting a challenge out. I'm sorry, DG. I'm putting a challenge out because I think PDG, Felix, and myself have brought in the most members in the club. I'm at 10, I believe he's at 8. And so the challenge is out. There's a president-elect nominee that is doing a great job at attracting visitors, and he may be on our tail.
Paparazzi needs you to put the.
Oh, paparazzi?
Yes.
Thank you. So, So this is for Nassau Sunrise for all of you, and for inviting. So the challenge was each one bring one, and we've been trying to still remind people, look for members, invite friends, invite people, so that they can be inspired by our work and they'll become Rotarians. And that's something I keep saying. I sound like a track record now. Inspire the community so that they'll want to become Rotarians.
Right. No, that's good. Thank you.
So at the Wakanda event, again, there are people coming, how can I join Rotary? So I think once we do high profile events and our public image is not really for the members, it's really for the public. So we push a lot to them, the things we're doing, so that they can reach out and say, hey, how do I become a Rotarian? Okay. I congratulated PTG Felix, and he just came in. So
okay.
I was saying that you brought 8 members. We personally introduced 8 members to the club. All right, so
foundation.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we'll go next, so for the foundation, I think on the, Club Central, it's saying that we're 900, but that's incorrect. Not sure why it's reflecting that, my foundation chair has assured me that we're at 1,300, which is typically where we're at this time of the year, because we have a lot of persons who are trying to get their Paul Harris Fellow Award. We have 16 persons who will be awarded the Paul Harris Fellow Awards tonight. We have 4 Paul Harris Society members, and we have 13 Polio Society members. So if we do the math, we really shouldn't be at 900. So I think that information is in.
Okay, well, what happened is you don't get credit until the money is in fact submitted to the foundation. So that might be some of the delay.
Yeah.
If you do it online, it's automatic, so you'll see it right away. But if you have to mail it in or send it in, sometimes it takes a minute.
Right.
So there's usually a lag.
Yes, so,
Okay.
but I believe on position and of course, we're putting out an encouragement. We still have a few persons who have not paid dues yet. We have built in our dues a $100 contribution. So we're
Okay, for sustaining. Okay.
Every year, so we continue to live up to that.
Okay, if you have 13 Polio Plus Society members, I gather maybe they joined late because you only have a goal of 500. Okay, so these would be new ones because you only have a goal of 500. And if you have 13 members, right, you already have 2 that went in. And 13, that'll be about 15.
Yes.
Which is no problem, but why I talk about that is because we have a new initiative. Every time I talk about it, I forget exactly what it is, right? It's the End Polio Now Countdown to History campaign, certificate of appreciation. And what it is all the clubs that have contributed at least 1,500 to Polio Plus, they get a certificate. So it's a new club. Some of the clubs got it this year, but if you already have 13, that's an attainable goal. So it's something that I would put in my hip pocket.
Right, and so that's the credit is to our IPP Foundation chair who had a push towards the foundation work day. And we also had a speaker who came in and persons were giving their kids. So I think there's some lag.
Oh, no, and usually that one is, so that's not an issue, but
I'm assured by my IPP and foundation chair
that
we
got it.
at least exceed the polio target.
Okay. Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
All right, so that's my Paul Harris Fellow Mixer, and we had a nice event. Literacy, that's next on your agenda, but.
No, I'm working with your agenda, so you
Okay,
roll.
so September, we had an interesting month, and we had an amazing month. I don't know, my director is not here, the chair of this is not here, but we had an amazing month. We wanted to do literacy in a different way, not the traditional way of just reading.
So tell me the different way.
So what we did lit karaoke, because they have to read the lyrics of the screen. I don't know when you grew up, you sang around the lyrics to some songs because that we thought that's what we heard.
Right. Yeah.
Many of us sung, we know people who sing lines in songs that don't exist. So we wanted the children to actually see the lyrics on the screen and sing the lyrics, the correct lyrics to the song. So just a fun fact, I went to a choir sing-off once, and the song is "Behold He Comes," and we were singing the Holy Cow. So, so a lot of times people sing the, and even kids, they sing one, they think they hear. So we wanted the children to actually see the lyrics, sing the song. At first, they were very shy about it, and eventually they came out of their shell and they picked their song and they sang the lyrics to it. So that was interesting.
So you may not have been able to record the children, but did you record any of the dogs doing it and send it to the challenge for me?
We did.
Okay,
I
just
don't know if it was sent to the challenge, but we did.
Okay.
Yes, I believe it was.
Okay.
We had a video, and in fact, the star of the video is already mine. Rotarian. He was dancing.
Wow.
And, yeah, so that was his last project. No, well, second to last project.
Okay.
And then we had a redo because it was requested by popular demand. So we had it in another community. We had it on Kemp Road, the community, Laura's Kitchen. And we had book donations as well. So we donated 40 books to the children in the children's home, and they enjoyed the literature. They keep asking when are we coming back. And we got 5 books to Laura's Kitchen, where we had the second year started. On World Literacy Day, we produced a video, and we also had a very exciting day at Willard Patton, which is one of the schools that we have partnered with over the years. It's one of our perennial projects. We do that every year. We read to the children. On World Literacy Day, we had cookies, and I believe that was the main challenge as well. We had cookies and all kinds of things cut out in alphabets and shapes and so on, and the kids had.
And you baked all the cookies, didn't you? Just checking. You don't have to. You don't have to. That's my
And then we had a reading cafe, and we partnered with the Rotary Club of Nassau and Southeast Nassau, and it was an online reading cafe. We read to the children, the presidents read for the children, and we had quiz after and prizes. We also donated about $2,500 to the Order Sales Library, so that they could buy. They gave us the list of books that they needed for the library. We supplied them, and in addition, we did 100 books that were signed by Rotarians with words of encouragement to read. He who reads leads, and reading is fun. It's an adventure. Keep reading. Just encouraging the children as they open the book. There's a nice note from a Rotarian. We also had an adult literacy program where we met in a local library. And we went in partnership with the National Library. We did that on the 29th, and we spoke about effectively navigating ourselves through society. So we looked at financial literacy, we did some work on legal stuff, wills, how to approach litigation if you have an issue, resolving conflicts, money, planning your budgets, things of that nature. And that was really what I received as well. And internally, we have a book drive. Our competition is supposed to be between the college teams to raise 1,000 books. And Right to Bahamas has decided that they will match the 1,000 books that come up with. And no, my director, she's busy with work now because she's one of the top prosecutors in the country. But she's busy trying to make sure that we get the books together so that we can have that matching donation. Okay. Since then, we had a visit from District 6990, 160 Rotarians, and I'm happy that AG Dietrich chose our project to the little libraries, and they helped us to stock many of the libraries across in Providence. And we also went to our Navy project, which is Willard Patton, and put in a vegetable garden. So all of that were plans that we had for Literacy Month, but we delayed that so that we can do that with our visitors. Okay. And that's it for our literacy. It's not done, even though that all of that was done in Literacy Month. He has plans for a lot of projects, upcoming projects. So literacy will continue throughout the year. PDG Felix also sponsored the chair. This should be such an amazing job to be a member of the RAD and the
okay.
So it's very generous.
Thank you.
Youth services. They've been doing some amazing things. Director Patrick may end up being director for life. So he's really to go again for a second year. But we have, in fact, my list is not updated because while I was sleeping, he was toiling upwards.
Okay.
He sent me a more updated list, but Government High School has 52 members. Staff, that is not there, that's in college. That's 48 members. We just had a pinning for them. So what we're seeing is that the clubs are coming stronger, bigger, better.
So Government High School, that's not the name of the high school though?
Yes, that's the name of it.
So how many of those you have?
That's the name of the school.
So just one government high school?
It's called Government High School.
Talk about trumping all the other government high schools. Like, yes, that's what it's called. And we are their proud sponsors. They have 52 members. They are very active. They come to our meetings as well. Last week there were 2 of them here participated in our meeting. The Lead School of Excellence is our big one of our newest initiatives, and really we're waiting on some paperwork to be signed by you as well. We'll make sure it's done before you. No problem. And we're bringing on 2 early adults. And this is again from projects we've done. Principals are engaged, they're excited, they want us to start this. So one will be at all the sales and one will be at Yellow Delta primary. So we're actually building out our Interact, and we still have one Rotaract up, which is of course Sunset. Family of Brody has been doing an amazing job. Birthday treats, recognizing milestones in our meetings. You know, the funerals, for example, or lovely Rotarian past, for their funeral, we, provided baskets. So he left a 7-year-old, we made sure he was recognized, his mom, and we're also doing a contribution to the family. And we recognize condolences and so on to past members and family members of Rotarians. Our international project is with the Rotary Club of Thunderbird, which is in India. And we did some amazing projects with them 2 years ago and last year as well. And this year we're doing 2 vision centers for persons to prevent blindness and for surgeries in rural India. So this was one of our global grants. We got a global grant of 5,000 matched to the side, and so we're all in with this project.
So how come the one say my approval is required and which one? So it's in the portal? It's still waiting for approval, or that's?
It was approved that we were advised that it was.
Oh, okay.
By the Rupert.
Okay, so this is that's an old note there. You see right at the top? So it is also required for the funds.
Oh, yes, it's already approved. So
okay.
That's always.
Okay.
That's what happened when we cut and paste.
It's fine. It's, I'm on zoning and that, because if I needed to do something, I wanted to make sure I knew what it was, but that's fine.
All right.
No, that's fine.
Public image also led by our young Rotarian, Deborah, who's also in the IT field. So he's done amazing work in this regard. We now have a website. There are 2 websites. There's one for Rotary Business, where we're getting a platform where Rotarians can advertise their businesses, and of course later on we open it up to the public. And we're looking at an e-commerce where persons can go online. We do have that now, but it's not linked to any of our websites. So we're on a project to ensure that when people go online, they can click a donate button or pay dues and so on, and go straight to our account.
Okay. So on the one where you're doing the Rotary Means business and you say you might open it to the public, at that point, it'll be a fundraising option? Because what would
be an income?
Okay. Okay.
So that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
So, but we want persons to support Rotarian. There's always a kind of shyness about discussing Rotary. It's an age-old problem, discussing your business.
You have to remember, when we first started, that was a no-no. So it's over time. You remember you couldn't advertise your businesses, different things, but we've changed.
Yeah.
So, and the only reason I was asking when you open it to the public, because I can understand, supporting Rotarians and everything. But once you make it open to the public, something's got to be it for you. Yeah. So I wanted
so they don't share plans that
income. Okay, thank you.
And of course, we update our social media platforms. We're into Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We use Twitter, of course. Okay, so our community service projects, the list was so long, I had to pick out the ones that we have already completed. We
Okay.
donated to the Patton Summer Camp, along with the other literacy projects that we did. We had a beach cleanup on International Coastal Day. We have also launched a soccer program in the United States community. That's a recent grant that we got from the district. And the children are just loving it. So we've had 2 sessions already with the coaches, and it's a well renowned program in the country. In fact, like a key in some of the higher income communities actually have kids in these programs where people pay lots of money to be in. And we're able to facilitate children in inner city communities to get that same experience and have the same opportunities that being scouted
Right.
and getting into a football program that will change the social landscape of that community.
And when you say football, that's soccer? Okay.
Intermittent football.
No, I,
And,
no.
so pardon me.
No, you didn't do anything, and I just need to make sure I understand when you say.
I would say football, but it's
Okay.
actually soccer, and it's small.
And since I rightfully learned that your national sport is cricket, so when you say football, I need to make sure I know exactly what we're talking about. So that's why.
And of course, we, RCOB has a number of initiatives that we also partner with. That's in usually as the president of other clubs, we participated in Food for Thought. And we, as I said earlier, we started with the libraries. We have a lot of amazing projects coming up for one of them is empowering girls. So it's not yet done, but it's very big on our agenda for early next year. We're calling it Glow, Girls Leading Our World. And it will be to empower girls within the community ages say 9 to 17, appropriate age, and we'll have speakers. We'll deal with all kinds of issues that relates to girls, adolescents, growing up in the community, protecting themselves, build awareness around human trafficking and that sort of thing. Ensure that they're aware so they don't put themselves in harm's way, because of being
Right.
And then we're going to end it with a day at work with the Rotarians. So we look at these skills, what they want to do, their career choices, and we'll pair them with the Rotarian and get what for those who can take them into their businesses or they can see in the workplace.
Right. And I do believe, I don't remember which month, I don't know if it's January. I know that's one of the challenges.
Yes.
Take your, take your chairs to work a day or take your.
Right. So we're
Something like that.
Okay. And we're doing, and I know one of your tech projects is empowering girls.
Right. Okay.
That's on the plan. So we had to raise money aggressively, try to raise some money. So we had our golf tournament, and this is public image showing off some of the publicity we got in the media when we had our changeover, and this is our soccer program. And children in their rotary shirts, beautiful pink, and also the Rotary Means Business. We partnered with Small Business Development Center, and we had a day in the mall where we Rotarians shared their businesses, and the center offered different loans and how they can fund their businesses. They gave a great presentation on that. But you hear more on Rotary Means Business.
Okay.
So what it is, we borrowed the Rotary Means Business tradition as for RI, and we had a competition where persons will pitch their businesses at an event to encourage other people in entrepreneurship. So they also plan to do coaching clinics and to offer legal advice, finance, whatever, all the basket, one-stop shop for all the needs that young entrepreneurs may have. So we partnered with them, as I said earlier, they accelerate a small business development center. We have a website, and of course, we're looking at a spotlight video that will come out and a Rota Fest. So it's really to get all the businesses showcased like a marketplace. So that's something to come. And our state director deals with.
So don't go to vocational service. When you first start, no, you don't have to bounce that. When you first started, you said you had to aggressively raise funds?
Yes.
Why?
Because we have our projects, when we tally the budget, it's very ambitious.
Oh, okay.
It's very ambitious. So we have, for example, below, we're gonna need few thousands of dollars, and those were not, we could only get one district grant. Because they got the pot has to share, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fundraising is still key. I mean,
So we
yeah.
have to try
Right.
some, funds in place to cover some of them.
And it makes sense. Okay. Right, because oftentimes I tell folks, I mean, if you don't budget for it, it sounds nice to have it on paper. But if you don't have a budget and you don't have some funds, it's not gonna happen. And if you're waiting on the district to give you a grant, you're in trouble. Because that's not a fundraising source, it's just an added perk.
Yes, so we want to be able to do the projects that we have on our list. One of them is a farm project that we want to assist in one of the communities so that they need themselves do more farming on the island. We do have a bit of farming in Bahamas, but for the most part, we import our food and food security and all of that. So there's some projects that we really feel passionate about, but we haven't seen the money yet, so that's why we're raising funds to make sure that we can.
Okay. So what kind of money are you looking for fundraising? Is what, like a 20,000?
My director of fundraising, she wants, she's saying she wants to bring in at least 50,000.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
My director, she's probably there calculating right now.
Oh,
We
okay.
have a like coming up, we have a jazz and dinner coming up on the 10th of December. So we're actually in the throes of planning that.
Try to, okay.
So, to get everything in place so that we can also make some money from that.
Okay, because I want you to do all your fundraising and make sure you get it right. But I don't want you to leave foundation out. Okay, because I'm still looking at what you promised to do. Just so you know.
Yes, I believe I'm going to go to the financial highlights in a minute,
Okay,
but
that's fine.
I believe we should be good for that.
Okay, thanks.
So for vocational services, that's coming up in the early part of next year, vocational services month, and we're going to partner with the membership committee to talk about expertise and the perfections of their restaurateurs. We usually do career days in the school or some kind of showcasing of our their specifications.
So I do have to ask one question though. Why did you separate vocational services and Rotary Means Business?
Okay, so it's the same director.
Oh, okay. If it's the same director, it's fine. I just wanted to.
So we wanted to look at the business people.
No, that's fine. If it's still under the same umbrella, it's fine. Okay. Okay.
So it's okay to come and do a job talk and say, I'm a lawyer, or I'm an accountant, or I'm a banker, but if somebody is running a small business, they get shy about it, don't want to, because they see it as promoting the business. So we want that to be seen as an important classification as well, and so it means business. So they're working together, and it's the same director that does it.
Okay.
All right, highlights of our financials. So our dues. One of the hardest jobs I've had since being president was to increase our dues. But thanks to a very understanding, supportive, committed, dynamic club, we were able to increase our dues from $325 to $425. And this is huge because it meant a big difference in how we operate. We're able to meet in a comfortable space, and we hope that soon we'll have more persons coming out. We have an average of about 40 people coming out for meetings, and so we still have a long ways to go because we're growing.
And that 425 includes your sustaining membership?
Yes, it includes.
Oh, that's not bad. That's really not bad. Okay.
So our major expense from our admin is really the space and public image. So if we're going to do the e-commerce and some of the things that we're doing behind the scenes, we're going to need the funds to do that.
So that's because you're using subscription accounts? Why is there IT? you're using subscription account
For the e-commerce?
for any of your platforms?
Yeah, we are using it also for ads and also for work being done as well.
Okay, okay,
One of the big expense we had was we did a video presentation of Rotarians sharing how they became Rotarian, what drove them to Rotary and why they stayed. And so we had that on social media. We had to pay an actual producer to prepare those videos so that they were professionally done. And we launched them during membership month. So that was one of the highlights of membership month. They had Felix sharing his story, and that had about 70,000 views on social media.
okay.
So we boosted some of them so people see people that they know in the community, leaders in the community sharing why they are members of the group.
Okay.
I'm sure other clubs benefited from it because from time to time people will call and when you tell them we meet in the morning, they're like, oh no, I'm not a morning person. And I'll say, okay, there are clubs that meet X time, and I'll link them with those presidents. So if I were to add those, I probably would have been at 100 members. But that happens. We're early club and you know, people.
There's a fit for everybody.
Right. Okay. So our main is we raised 3,300 from raffles and fines with great raffle prizes every week. And so we have some dues still outstanding, as you can see, and our projected revenue next 28 weeks, we're looking at 3,000.
And that's from what source?
This is from the club.
No,
From
the
the
projected revenue, that's
That's
From the
like
fines and
from the
raffles.
fines and raffles.
Jeez, I'm great.
Actually, it's mainly the raffle because my son doesn't really charge big money. He really doesn't. I get it to charge more.
Sarge, you gotta work on that. No, that's.
But the raffle prizes are usually great.
Okay,
The raffle
okay.
prizes make up for.
Okay.
The raffle prizes make up for his jokes and.
Okay.
It's okay. Community services or community account has a balance of 6,600 at the moment. Our major expenses were basic education, the soccer program so far. We expect to spend, well, this just started 2 weeks now, so we're looking at over $10,000 on the soccer program.
Oh, okay.
And the plan is to make it sustainable. So I've been speaking with the coaches. We want him to bring his life with key and the Gambia team to play off with it. And so like I said, so maybe we can have a program that people pay money to come and watch them play a match after they've learned all this stuff. So that will help it to be a sustainable program in the community. And we find people stopping by to say, hey, how can I get my kid in this? This is great, you know, how can I get my kids in it? You know, we need them instead of sitting in front of the TV, we need them out here learning to play soccer because, you know, playing Game Boy is not gonna help them make money. They could become soccer stars. And so the people in the community are getting excited, they're bringing their kids out. So that's okay. We got to be soccer mom for a day. So we have some pending inflows, district grant, of course, to come in, and move premier, we're hoping to make $7,000 and from our jazz to bank 10,000. Those are official setbacks.
Okay. Thank you so very much. Okay, and actually I still have a few, but is there any other director? Is there anything that she might have missed?
Right.
Help her out if there's something she might have missed. If not, then we're on.
Oh, we have breakfast. There's breakfast at the back of the room. We don't want breakfast to leave and leave the breakfast behind.
Okay, for sure not.
Did I leave out anything, directors? Bingo?
Bingo?
The bingo, oh yeah, we had a bingo. The proceeds of the bingo.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's about $1,200.
Okay. So you're definitely on your way for your fundraising.
First try. We tried bingo before, but it was an internal thing just for fun and fellowship. And we decided to just open it up to the public, and it was actually surprising.
Oh, bingo means money.
Yes, and people were, we were oversubscribed. We weren't even prepared for the volume of the people that came. So we now know that this is something we can put on our agenda, and we need to plan it so it's not limited to, you know, we have some limitations for expenses.
Okay.
So that's a good sign. Anything else that I missed out in paper?
This one's on.
Oh, okay.
Summer?
I, in addition to the chairman, to start out the network and this past summer justice. The club started the new year. So sunrise, it was sponsored by the Fed, the Sports Committee,
Oh,
and we did academic enrichment program, and they sponsored us as well.
oh,
Well,
okay.
feedback, positive, so.
Oh, okay, thank you for that. Wow.
Any other credit that I missed? I mean, that's for another youth program as well.
Mhm.
So, all right, anything else, guys?
The basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Okay.
That's an annual recurring project as well.
Okay, so indeed, you're doing quite a few projects. And I did note on your on Gold Center, you said you do about 20, so you've already overshot that because I kind of was mentally counting. Who is updating this stuff? Because the service projects
Yeah,
information.
so some of the projects, for example, like the soccer project is sponsoring, that hasn't completed yet, it's going until the end of the year. So I've updated some of the numbers in the report in terms of hours completed to date, but I wanted to mark it closed, so we can show the
Okay,
total is the
right.
project is still ongoing.
Okay.
So that's some of the issues, I mean, it's up to you, you can recommend how you would like me to it, but since it's an ongoing thing, I haven't closed them off yet. So I'm not sure what your preference is.
No, you're doing what it is you need to do, but some of the projects I thought had been closed. So if they're closed, go ahead and put them in, because what happens is if you wait towards the end,
Right.
you forget and
Yes.
stuff like that. It's easier to just progressively do it as you complete one, just send it in and think so, but that's fine. But I did note that none was in, so, well, check,
Yes.
because none are closed, but I, you know,
We
for
worked it on
those.
the 10th, and I think up to this
Yeah.
morning, he was,
Double checking.
Okay.
More.
And usually I print it when I leave home because I know I have all the access, so.
Quite noted.
So when I get there, I have something to work with. I always walk with my computer as well, so if anything, I can always go and update, but at least for general talking, that's how I start. But if it's updated and you're doing it, I definitely appreciate that. And I know you paid RI dues, you're all full of money, right? And you did the district too, so thank you for that. Who is working your strategic plan?
so, it's a combination of all the directors sending in their plans and directions. And we had a meeting, we had a, we call it meetings now, we had
An
a,
assembly? Okay.
That Reese's very young,
Okay.
at the very beginning of the year, maybe the end of June, early July. So I know it's due at the end of November, so we still trying to.
Right, I don't worry so much about when it's due, because you've had elections and everything, so I try to make sure at least you have the continuity in place. So now that you have the officers going forward, they need to be included in the process because they're the ones gonna be executing much of it. So I just make sure, you're looking at it and considering any, changes, any variation, make the adjustments as you go. Disaster preparedness, I know you did that, right?
We did send, and in fact, we had a.
I'm
budget.
checking with my AG, because if AG say you submitted it, fine. If she said no,
No, we did.
no, okay.
And when we submitted it, it wasn't ambitious because we didn't see where the money was coming from. And we have been confirmed, I'm just going through, there will be a handover at our club meeting, we're getting a donation of $10,000 to execute our disaster.
So what's in your disaster plan?
Okay, so it includes having hurricane readiness kits.
Okay, so
for
that would be to
members, all
purchase.
our motoractors, interactors. It has built out program having phones to open ready, charge ready to call people who's responsible for calling. We had a disaster for the hurricane. I will share a copy with you again, because I know you get so many mails.
I do.
It's a
but
very detailed plan. how to
Let me
build
tell you,
our IT.
I have a whole disaster preparedness team and Michael Tolan and stuff. So I make sure between them and the AGs, somebody's got my back on it, but
Public
usually-
awareness
okay.
campaigns, getting people ready, helping with the shelters. And so we got word from an NGO,
Okay.
a bank,
Okay.
an offshore bank that will fund our disaster.
So in your communication piece of it, because I know you said that the Rotaractors will get some of the kits as well, so in your plan, okay, both?
And
Okay.
or interact. Well, we've outgrown our budget already because my
Okay,
director has a club with almost the size of our club. So
Right.
we may have to tweak it a bit.
yeah, because I saw one said about 52.
Yes.
Okay, so I
So
noticed
we were
that.
working with much smaller numbers, but I think
Okay.
we can still meet at least most of it.
Okay, but in the communication piece, in the call down, you automatically call your Rotaractors?
So we would call, we would have members of the club and then we would have persons checking on the Rotaractors.
I mean, that's good,
So we
that's
have a
good.
joint board chat with the Rotaractors. And so the board members from both us and them are in that chat. And so
Okay,
there are some communications via WhatsApp, and if WhatsApp should break down, we want to know where to find people, make sure that they're not involved in it. So it's a really detailed plan.
okay,
So I'm sure you're
okay.
seeing with us too.
All right. You did a good job, that's okay. Talk to me about your bylaws. When was your last update on your bylaws?
So we did that this year in July. Also, when we changed the dues, we did an overall of the bylaws at the same time.
So with the exception of the dues piece, you have to update any other sections, like,
Okay, so we had to change our venue, of course.
Okay.
We changed the Hilton, and now we're here.
Mhm.
And that was a vote. So we had we had voting on much of the changes that we had in the bylaws. And we updated it to be in congruence with the council of legislation. So for example, even the attendance, watching videos after the meeting. So we did, I mean, it's a living document, and I think even going forward, we'll have to
It is.
continue to.
oh, trust me, the
review.
council of legislation is making this sure you can anticipate, you will be making
Yes.
changes.
So we
significant
know
changes.
that it's an ongoing process. We had a mini committee, and of course, going forward, working along with the incoming president. We plan to continue to just keep reviewing the bylaws and making changes where necessary.
Okay, and I know we talked about the project and different things were coming out. So how often you do your community assessments?
At the beginning of the year, so the committee, community services is online, can do it, and we also added an environmental committee, to add the new area focus, so that's another committee with a director, so we have to put that in the bylaws. But the community analysis, much of it was done from the end of June. I started planning before July 1, so.
Right, you
we were
have to.
doing various
You
community
have to.
analysis, so we came up with the soccer program, and of course, there's a farm program that we're still hoping to raise money from, and if we can't meet ourselves, partner with other clubs. We're also looking at, there are quite a few initiatives that we're partnering with other clubs on going forward. The nursery for the coral reef that we put out in the ocean. So that's a whole another project, and so we're trying to make sure that we also have our part of the money when we're ready to execute that project. So all of that came from various stakeholders.
Okay. You got district grant, you got global grants, you're doing joint projects, you've done the community assessment. We already talked about my printing this ahead of you, but you're working on goal center.
As someone who served as secretary twice, I know how it's a lot of work to go in and update.
It really
and so
is
on, so.
tedious, but I also tell folks that you can share the load because your foundation chair has access. Community service has access, president, secretary, public information chair. So you have like about 5 or 6 folks. So you could always say, well, maybe one quarter somebody's going to do it, or whomever is right there, could collect the report from each of the projects and just put it in. So, but I use it as sort of a guide to help me along in terms of management. And then it tells me where I may need to assist clubs, or if our club needs attention, I don't have a problem. I can send a quick email right quick and say, hey, look, you need to pay attention to something, because if a red flag comes up, I owe that to you. So that's the thing. So I know he updated this, right?
Yes, I actually
Okay.
did that, yes.
Okay. Just so, yeah, but so I can always go back, but yeah, a couple of your no's, which are now yeses.
And so,
But when I look at it, those will kind of jump out at me, sense of a flag.
especially if you look at our Facebook page and see all the stuff that we've been posting.
So that's kind of what I use as my guide. And, like you said, we make it a living document. That's very good. So tell me where you're at with the DG goals and DG awards. How close are you? You don't have to tell me all that. I'm just joking, but.
We're doing very well, because that's
Okay.
one of the strategy we use in terms of
Mhm.
some of the projects that we have planned. And,
Mhm.
the other thing is that my people are very competitive, so when they go for the challenges, they want to hear the results. So they keep asking. so
Well,
how
because
many-
I think what happened with the challenges is folks are looking for like club of the month results, and it's not the same. So, but when you go into the awards guide, you get credit for submitting in, and then what we do. And my schedule has really been rather interesting. Okay, but we're gonna publish some of them so we could share them, because if you're doing something exceptional, the district needs to know. And then, we're not copycat in Rotary. There's no pride in authorship here. But if our club is doing something that amazingly working, especially because we all in the Caribbean, chances are it'll work well in my community as well. I just hadn't thought about it. So I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I can do that. And especially when you're trying to raise funds, because if you're doing the same old things, you're gonna get the same results. So there are times when you have to shake up how you ask people for assistance, how you ask for help, or even how you present yourself. If you're still doing still pictures, right? And you're expecting exciting people to join you, they don't have a clue, because still picture is just that still, right? You need to show them a video because they want to see you move. So it's things like that. So but definitely on
So
your
we're
way.
definitely tracking, and we have
Okay.
our goals set at the highest award, so.
Except you don't know what the highest is yet.
Well, I see ruby, emerald, diamond.
Diamond's our girl's best friend, but that's okay. So yes, diamond is the highest on that. However, in looking at it realistically, I realized that, like you said, we're all competitive. That's by nature, Caribbean people, we're very competitive. But I know that I'm gonna have clubs that are gonna do exceptionally well. Okay, and I need to recognize those people that go above and beyond, because this is what I asked them to do. So I have a Rare Blue Diamond Award, and AG has already committed to 10. So don't let us have 9.
From experience, from precedent.
Okay, so I just don't want to have to do 9. If I have to do 9 because you all fell short, that's problematic.
Guys,
So
I'm sure we.
I just want you to know that the Blue Diamond Award is in your sight. So it's, go for it. And we talked briefly about how you're engaging your members. And I do like, at least what you said, I do like your approach to involving and engaging in different ways. We know that you have a little quote unquote problem with your attendance, but I think that can be overcome. We probably just need to document some of the other activities that folks are there, and then see if it's making a difference. If at the end of the day, it's not making a difference, then we just have to relook our strategy.
I think it's maybe it's just the challenge of the support single secretary. I can't attend every single meeting, I can't attend every single event. So just a matter of getting that information from the chairs and directors to accurately.
Right, and that's why I said you can really share the load, because there's a tendency to think that the president and secretary has to do everything. And that's a fallacy. It's a teamwork effort. And like I say, so many other directors or board members have access to Rotary. And if you use those folks, so you may just have to assign some other folks, bring them along, but I think we're actually in a good place. Okay, we're not going to run out of breakfast and you all have things to go. AG, did I miss anything?
No, I think that was an amazing summary by both you and President Barnett. I just want to say publicly, thank you, President Barnett, to the board of directors and the members of NASA Sunrise, for always being so supportive and for really embodying what it means to be a Rotarian, for supporting RCOB with the execution of your goals and our goals. I must commend them for that. So just publicly thank you all. We really appreciate it.
Okay, and I need to publicly thank PDG Felix for all the heavy lifting you've done. Maybe I need to take back this membership award, because maybe that's a cheat. You can be in the club and they get awards, but thanks for all you've done across the district. It's been amazing, and we continue to look to you for mentorship and guidance, because you are just a wealth of knowledge and experience. Thank you for what you do. And just before I close, I always have to ask, but you all have it together so much. I'm sure there's nothing that the DG can do for you at this point. Is there any assistance that you need from me as a DG? Is there anything that I can do to make the club just a little bit better or to improve our communications? Talk to me. See, my guess was good, right?
I think you've been doing an amazing job, and I can see from the chat, but maybe some of our members are not in that Caribbean chat where a lot of the pictures are posted when you visit the other territories, but you have had, I'm surprised that you're still looking so fresh and young because you've been going through a lot. It's a lot for one person. I mean, as president of our club, it's a lot for you trying to lead 80 other clubs across the district. So you've done a great job so far. But I'm sure the army prepared you, the military prepared you for this. And you've been strategic and diligent in your leadership, and we thank you for that.
Thank you for that. It actually, but we really have an amazing district, and the joy of when you're doing your travel is not only meeting the fantastic Rotarians that are lifelong friends of mine now, but when I look at the projects and the impact that we're making, I'm like, wow, Rotary is definitely in good hands. So you all have really made my job easy. I don't have much to do. I just have to go on and collect. And in actuality, a lot of our visit is to provide motivation where it's needed. So this morning, when I'm coming to these sunshine or sunrise or whatever you're calling yourself morning clubs, I'm like, I don't know who needs the motivation more. It's probably me from you. Because you all are up, and I've done several of them, and I've never met a sunrise or an early club that folks are not bubbly. I haven't figured it out, but they start. And it probably lends to the rest of your day. So it's really your personalities and stuff. So definitely thank you for what you do. And if I have 2 minutes, can I have, and it might be a bit unorthodox, but Rotaract, is there anything that y'all needed to say? I mean, first of all, thank you for coming. You obviously have great sponsors, so the relationship is there. And I'm sure Robin, Robin is telling you the great job you're doing as well. But from a district perspective, y'all are family, and if there's anything that we can do to help you continue to see until you transition over, I'm sure this is the club you're gonna roll into, right? Until you transition over, is there anything that I can do?
You have a little of the same problem with membership and attendance. We do try to have socials and different activities, but it's all the same. We are hybrid as well. We need in the evenings, so I don't know if it's an afterward exhaustion, maybe type of thing, but we do struggle with that as well. But other than that, we do Okay.
Right.
And, like, several place, always there to support us,
So I will always tell you, keep on doing what you're doing, because as we go through the district, we always think our problems are so big. I mean, we're literally all in the same boat. We go through the same challenges, peaks and valleys, so it's different times. But at the end of the day, we all support each other and we all have each other's back. And if things get really hard and you reach out to somebody else and say, oh yeah, we're going through the same thing. And then you'll realize, whew, not to worry, it's going to be all over. Thank you, and thanks for your leadership as well.
And DG, we want to thank your better half.
Oh,
Your
my personal,
your
look, my personal paparazzi.
That's right. But I had the good fortune of sitting at the table with him on Monday at the reception. Amazing person, amazing partner for you. And so we want to thank you for your support and for being here this morning. So I hope you'll be able to grab a bite before you leave. And I'm going to invite EP Sophia to make a presentation to RCG. So we made sure we gave you something in a small package because we know you've been traveling and you probably have a lot to take back. Well, hopefully you can find a little space in your bag or in First Food's bag to take this home.
Well, mine came max, but his own had space.
Okay, well.
Travel, right? So, as many of you will not know, this young lady is also very special to me because she's my sorority sister. But we just wanted to say thank you very much. It's just a very small token. It's just a product, of course, that I made for my art gallery. And we just want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. And you and Mr. Howell is going to be joining me a little later on after this meeting. Okay. A little further on, but this is just a token. Okay. Thank you so much. And there's another.
Yes,
small token.
Our director, actually.
I'm just gonna go this way. Oh my God. Sorry. Okay.
And so we say it like this: help me, help you, help us, help them. All right? Rotarians helping Rotarians to help Rotary. Okay. And so you are the recipient. And we're excited to present to you from the new Rotary Means Business. I was so excited when I heard you. There were two words you said: we've changed. And I almost took my shoe off and sat down. Which means we can now celebrate each other's vocation and business. There we go. So what else so we can see? Oh, you know green. Listen, green means money. More money and millionaires. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, thank you. All right.
I do have district pins for each and every one of you, so I gotta make sure you get one before you leave, please. And thank you so very much for the tokens. I will be using them. And
That's your toast. You can use that as your royal toast.
okay.
And your Rotary Beans Business toast around the world.
Okay. Oh, ooh, gorgeous. Nice, nice, nice. And I know they were handmade especially for me.
So thank you, DG, and
Okay, again, congratulations on all the hard work you're doing. you're really a fantastic club. And I don't say that in jest. I've been blessed to just about finish. I have one more country to visit, Turks and Caicos. I'll do that right after Thanksgiving. But the visits have gone very well. The clubs are very much engaged and doing Rotary's business, everything we've asked of them. And in most cases, you're representing Rotary so well. I mean, this community knows that Rotary is here. The impact is felt, no doubt about it. And I appreciate that. So thank you for all you do. Okay, and I'll see you all in May, right?
Yeah.
Right, in number,
I'm
you
about
know.
to tell you, put your flag forward.
I knew you already, but I'll give you just in case there's anybody else that may need.
All right, so guys, breakfast is served. Please,
My paparazzi is gonna need a quick photo, so can we do that before we disperse?
okay.
We have 6 chairs.
You all sit down at the few days
Okay, guys, thank you for joining. We're going to eat now. Sorry you can't eat virtually, but thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thanks for your support. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Enjoy. Bye.
All right, have a great day,
Thank you,
everyone.
thank you all for joining us. Bye.
Right, it was a pleasure. Really, really great.